Alrighty then. I think that's working. Looks like it is. Okay, good. Alright. We are starting Rime of the Frost Maiden Session 4.
Excellent.
So last session you guys finally managed to drag Garrett home and dropped him off. I mistakenly allowed you to drop him off in Bryn Shander, but he really lived in Targos, so we're just going to say that you took him to the right place. So if the inn in Targos is the place where you get the free stay, if anybody had that in their notes. You also delivered the iron that you retrieved from the goblins and were rewarded with some gems. And we're also told that there is a dwarven settlement in the Dwarven Valley that would be welcoming to you if you needed a place to camp out in the tundra. You got to level up. You deliberated over spells. I think the barbarian had fun with going wild magic, which is a little weird because barbarians and magic, but you know, anything goes these days. You decided to pull out your lantern to see if there were any chewinga in Bryn Shander. You did manage to find one. It was having a little tea party in the woods. You guys played along, which seemed to charm it enough to follow you. So you drug it back to Bremen and turned it in there. Before it parted, it granted a little boon to Gizmo. I believe it was something to do with summoning animals. I didn't write that down. And while you were in Bremen, you stayed at an inn, and the innkeeper seemed a little flustered and told you about how her son, who usually helped her run the place, went missing after finding some. Well, he didn't really go missing. He was taken away by some tieflings after finding some black ice and starting to act weird. So then you guys decided that you're gonna go try to go back to the mountain to look for the people that Garrett left behind, and started on your way back, but got jumped by a group of gnolls right outside of Targos. You managed to take them down, and that's where we left off. You don't think you wanted to loot anything off of them. I can tell you what they had on them again, in case you care. They would have had hide armor, shields, a spear, longbow, arrows. That looks like about it.
Can I just snatch a longbow and some arrows?
Sure. I'll say that they have a quiver you can grab. So you have somewhere to keep them, and the quiver holds 20, but you can stuff more in your pack. So it's see, there were like 6 gnolls, and they each had. I'll say they probably had about 20 arrows between the 6 of them, just to be fair.
Sure. Okay. Unless anyone else needed arrows, in which case I'd be willing to split.
I have enough.
Yeah, I think, don't you have a crossbow?
Yeah, but keep that motherfucking thing on me.
Yeah, I mean, I also have a crossbow and I have 20 arrows, so I should be fine.
Alright, so I'm assuming you guys are going to continue on through Targos. I don't think, other than you having a free stay at the inn here, that you have any business here, so if you just want to continue onwards. I think this is where you can cut across. Which layer am I on? Am I on a layer? Yes. If you cut across the tundra to the Karn, you can either go from here or you can go from. I think it's about the same distance, maybe slightly longer. But if you want to continue to Bryn Shander and go north, or just go across the ice. It's up to you. I don't know if it really matters. I think the encounters are still the same. No strong opinions.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, so let me
Where do we
roll.
wish to go, little ones?
I mean, we could straight shot from Targos, but we could also just head to Brinkenshandar. I think either or. I'm not really particular, and I don't need to stop by the city if we wanted to go from here.
I'd say go whatever routes quickest, right?
I mean, they're. I think it's 1 extra mile, but you're gonna go 3 miles there. It's 17 miles, or 17 miles, or 17, 18 miles.
I guess the next question is which one's safest?
So you know that there's a road that you can follow the road. Orion, since you're sort of local, you know that there's
Mhm.
another town sort of on the way. If you it's people have been cutting across the ice to a portion of the way to cut off the road, but there is a road that leads to a town called Tourmaline, and then Lonely Wood is also up that way. So you could conceivably take the trek to Tourmaline, check in there, and continue onto the Carn, or you could just go straight there. It's
I'd
kind
say
of the
maybe taking
same, but
I mean, I'd say take the one with the pit stop just in case something happens. At least we'll have a safe place to take a rest. You never know.
Sounds fair enough to me.
I concur.
I'll look at something right here. So it'll take you about 4 hours to get from Targos to Tourmaline, which doesn't seem right, but their distance thing is weird. I guess because you're going by a road and not straight across the tundra.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be shorter.
So 4 hours. I forget you left Bremen in the morning. Did I close that window like an idiot? Did. Dang it. Let's see. From Targos to Bremen is 3 hours because there's no trail. So it's probably about midday. Well, no, it's not midday. You'll be in Tourmaline around midday, I guess. I guess I'll dump you in Tourmaline. God, I hope you don't do any of the content there because I didn't read it yet.
Read it, no worry.
Okay. So, did I move you guys to the map and not myself? Yes, I did. I did not put tokens down. Sorry, give me a sec here. I gotta go grab you from somewhere. You guys probably still can't see.
Yeah, it's all dark.
Alright, hold on. Let me turn off the dynamic lighting. Because you don't need dynamic lighting here. Okay. Okay, so Tourmaline is probably a little different from most of the towns in Icewind, or in 10 towns in general. It seems to have a very strong Kalashite influence. There's a lot of carvings of stuff like wizards and tigers and djinn on the buildings. Still cold, but it the folk that Orion, you would know that the folk that settled in this area are from like southern deserts. So the fact that they're up here in a frozen desert is
Particular.
particular. You would know that there is a tavern called the Blue Clam that's right along the docks, and that there is a inn called the East Side, which is right there. You also know that Tourmaline is, I guess it's Tourmaline. Tourmaline. Has a mine of some sort. I think they're... yeah, you would know that they have a gem mine here, because their flag is like a fish eating a gem.
I'll relay this information to the rest of the party.
I think I can do this. Can you see that?
Ah, yes.
Gems are nice. Are we going to be looking for gems?
I mean, we might if we're here anyway and we're gonna be making a stop. You could do a little search if you want to.
I'll keep a lookout for gems. I spent all the money from our last job already.
Okay.
Alrighty, little friend.
Keeping an eye out for gems. Just laying about.
And if not that, we could always find some quick work, something easy, simple.
So you guys are
Could use some
basically,
work.
sorry. I would say that you guys are sort of, you came up from here. Like as you get like further into the city, there's actually a couple people like moving around, little bit more lively here. The harbor doesn't look as frozen over as other places have been, but there's essentially a street crier, a little boy standing on a box, and he's sort of like yelling out local news. And one of the things you pick up on is that one of the nearby gem mines has been overrun by kobolds, and then there's a reward of 50 gold to anyone who can get rid of them.
That seems simple and rewarding.
Seems easy enough, yes. Kobolds are not much of a challenge.
The boy is basically yelling, gemstone mines are closed because of monsters. Speaker Matthew is, I'm going to say Matthew because it's not Matthew, but it's going to be Matthew from this point on, is offering 50 gold to anyone who clears it out. And
Is the intent to kill, or to simply force them away?
you asking the boy?
Yes, I'm kind of like wandering up to the boy with a kobold on my shoulder with a goblin on my shoulder and asking that question.
He's like, you'd have to go ask the speaker. He's over at the Blue Clam. But I figure,
Yes, I can do that.
he you get rid of him, kill him, chase him off. The kid kind of shrugs. Get him to work for us? I don't know.
They do scare easy.
But he's like, if you want more information, the speaker is in the Blue Clam, the local bar. If you don't know.
I start immediately walking towards the Blue Clam with my little goblin companion on my shoulder.
Yep. I don't object.
I'm assuming Orion knows where it is, and he'd be able to show you.
Yeah, I'll bring you guys towards the Blue Clam.
Clump.
So as you guys are approaching the tavern, there's two like bundled up guys standing outside, and they kind of perk up as you come closer, and the one guy who he pulls down his like face covering so you can see his face. He appears to be half orc. He says, you look like a group of adventurers. I mean,
Suppose.
The fact that you're a ragtag bunch of random races.
That usually gives it away.
He's like, so I suppose you hear about the mine.
Yes.
And he says, he nods and he's like, oh, the kobolds up here are getting bold because of the lack of sun. He said, they decided to infiltrate the mine a few days ago. Nobody got killed, but they're making things difficult, so we had to close up the mine. If you can clear them out, you heard what the kid said. We'll pay you to get rid of them.
I guess just a point of clarification. When you say clear out, you mean kill them or run them out of town?
Whatever floats your boat. Just get them out of there so that we could get back to work.
Understood.
He will say that before they showed up, one of our miners went missing, and there's some kind of mumbo jumbo about maybe something having crawled up from deeper, but he shakes his head. He's like, I think the miners are a little delusional.
Why would you say that?
What
He's like,
kind of things?
I don't think the mine goes deep enough for anything to be down there.
You never know.
Could we speak to one of these miners?
I mean, you can check in there. There's probably a couple of them drinking inside if you want to, pick their brains.
Yeah,
Is
that doesn't seem like a bad idea. I know, the more we know, the better, right?
he's like it's not like they have anything better to do right now. uh,
All right,
so,
sounds good.
so is that your choice? You're gonna go in. I don't really have a tavern set up, so we're gonna do theater of the mind, I guess. But I can read you what the tavern looks like in a second. Wow, there's a lot of half-orcs in this town. Oh, okay. So yeah, sort of like it's a big building and there's like a hearth going down the middle. This is probably the warmest building you've been in any of these towns. These guys seem to have pretty good access to like wood. Um, and so they basically, I guess if you ever seen like I always think of it as like a Viking thing. There's like a big pit hearth going down the middle, and then there's like
Oh, like what we
tables.
built in Valheim?
Yeah,
In Valheim?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
I
then
can
there's
picture
like
that
tables
easily
on
now.
either side of it, and benches and stuff. And there's just a couple guys in there drinking, eating. They look like they might have a little that access to a little bit better food here than typical because they can get to the water easier. It's not frozen up here. Uh,
I am currently looking around to see if there's any dwarves, because for some reason my Minotaur seems to think anytime he hears the word miner, they're actually talking about dwarves. So he seems that all miners are dwarves or all dwarves are miners, one or the other, and he's looking for a dwarf.
I mean, there's mixed races here. Most of them are human. The barkeeper looks like he's another half orc. Um, it since it's like midday, most of the town is out on the water fishing, so it's not super crowded. So it's highly likely that the couple guys that are in here drinking are the miners.
So
Since they
are there
ca-
any dwarves?
I mean, it doesn't specifically say. I'm just gonna say that
DM's choice.
it's yeah. I'll say no. I mean, I'm thinking they're probably sticking with their own people, and they're not gonna be mining this piddly mine here. They're busy digging the iron out.
Reasonable.
So yeah, it's a mix. There's some there's a half orc at the bar, maybe a couple half elves, humans. Nothing super exotic. Thing. Really? What town is that? Is that a town? Is that a town? It is a town, huh? Wow, I missed that one completely. Okay, so like as you guys are, if you guys are moseying over to where the guys are sitting, you hear them talking about a town called East Haven recently caught an evil wizard who killed some adventurers, and that they're planning on burning them at the stake. But the captain of the guard is looking for help with something, but they don't know what. These rumors are terrible. Like, they don't really write them in a way to. So, you want to go see an evil wizard get burned at the stake? East
That
Haven
sounds
is your town.
exciting.
Mhm.
Is that the kid from
Yeah, the
yeah.
Yeah.
dumbass.
The one that Hermione wants to adopt?
Yep.
Ugh. Hey, so yeah, they're drinking. They kind
Hermione
of.
hasn't met that kid.
No, she hasn't, but he's her problem. Anyway, so yeah, the miners kind of look up as you move over, mildly suspicious, but little bit of word of a group similar to you is getting around, as being adventurers that are worth the title at this point. It seems like this is a popular place for adventurers to come and just like suck and die. Another group comes in, and the town clerk are just like, they go to Orion and they're like, hey, these guys are gonna like live like 3 days. I want to put a bet on them. That's where he makes all his money. These crappy adventurers coming into town and just dying.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
easy money.
So yeah, I guess one of the miners, like a chunky half elf lady, is like, yeah, can I help you guys?
Uh, yeah, we were just wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the weird things that are like crawling out in the mines. If that makes any sense.
Hold on, I lost my page. There it is. Yeah, so she's like, she's gonna say even before the kobolds came, uh one of the other miners went missing. um uh, the foreman thinks that he just fell down the central shaft and had a little accident and fell down the central shaft, but some of the others think something crawled up out of there and took him. Nobody
Interesting.
saw anything, but when you're a miner, you don't just fall down shafts, especially
Do you have the
ones. Sorry.
do miners have the ability to stick to walls?
She just kind of gives you like a weird look, and she's like, "What do you think we are, like some kind of vampires or something?" She's like, "No, no."
Vampires?
She's like, "Never mind." She's like, "No, like nobody goes near the central shaft. It's I mean, everybody knows it's bottomless. Nobody's gonna be hanging around there and just fall in. Well, it's not necessarily bottomless, but she's like, nobody would just hang around there. It's really deep. You go in there, you're not getting found. Yeah, some folk, the rumor is that it goes all the way down to like the Underdark.
How far down is the Underdark?
She's just like, hell if I know. She's like, nobody has a tape measure that long.
Tape measure.
What is a tape measure?
It's like this really long string that has marks on it, and it tells you how deep stuff is. She just like she shrugs. She's like, it's like some like magical tool. You push a button and it snaps back inside of this little box like a turtle shell. It's really weird.
Sounds useful.
Great. Am I gonna have to give you guys a magic item now? That's a measuring tape.
No.
She's like nobody's ever gotten to the bottom, so like even if we could measure that far down, nobody's gone down there to like to measure it.
Um, my cat keeps fucking.
What's your cat doing?
My cat keeps like trying to cuddle with this little stuffed toy that we have.
Aw.
I think she thinks it's another kitten.
That is supposed. It's very cute and very sad.
Oh yeah, she was probably taken away from her mother very early. Our
Mm,
kitten. We have this furry blanket that she suckles on.
mm.
Yeah, that's definitely a sign of taken away too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, all their cats are ones that like were mom got hit by a car or something and the babies were hand raised, like bottle
Aw.
fed, so they're kind of weird. Not weird, but like they didn't learn how to cat right because they
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
getcha.
like yeah. But I guess the miner would kind of close out with like, look, if you guys can at least get rid of the kobolds, so we can get back to work. We're gonna run out of money to drink at some point, and then what are we gonna do? Go fishing? And the other guys kind of laugh.
Race are we talking to here?
It's a half elven, like a thick half elven woman.
So Huskat is kind of like looking her up and down, and is just studying her carefully and going, "You don't look like a dwarf."
I don't think she is a dwarf.
She's just gonna be like, wow, you're really like, you do we all?
Look, he's part cow. Don't blame him. You
She's
know
like
how they
she's
are.
just gonna like kind of retort with, well, you don't look like a dwarf either.
Thought all miners were dwarves.
She's like, you
What?
you think you have to be a dwarf to smack rocks?
Yeah. What? Do you really think that?
I don't know. It seemed that all miners were dwarves.
She's just gonna like kind of flex and be like, all you need is muscle.
I have muscle.
Yeah. So you
Am I
could
not
be a.
too big to mine?
She
Oh,
kind of
actually, yeah, that might be your problem.
she kind of looks up and down, and she's like, yeah, you could probably fit through most of the shafts down there. I mean, maybe not a dwarven mine. You might be a bit big for that, but this is a mostly mostly humans started this mine.
Humans mine. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't say. Okay. All right. So yeah. She did complain about running out of money, so that's probably enough to do that bit there. Okay. All right. So you guys are good. You guys can do whatever.
Any tips for anyone who's not that experienced in mining who's gonna go into the mine?
She's like, okay, she'll tell you about like, well, there's like markings on some of the walls that tell you like where there's gonna be a drop. She's just like, you just got to keep your eyes open.
Could you draw these markings first, and I'll hand her a piece of paper?
um she would like maybe grab a bit of charcoal from the fire, I guess, unless you give her like a pen or something.
I have a pen or some charcoal.
So she would basically give you some really basic basically like an X type thing with a circle around it, like would mean like, danger, uh
Mhm.
you know really basic stuff. Like it's kind of obvious. um
I
she's
mean,
like,
it's
just,
mainly so that we don't fall to our
yeah,
deaths that
it's just,
easily.
she says like, if you see any markings, just take caution. Like, she's, this one is like a don't don't go this way at all. And she's like, this one means there's a drop and there's like a down arrow, and she's like, this one here means that you might need to climb up and it's an up arrow, that kind of stuff. She's like, she's like,
Mhm.
the guys that work in there aren't the brightest, so it's not like, rocket science, or, and those firework things that those goblins have.
Did not know
Okay.
you had fireworks, Gizmo.
You there, Gizmo? Are you muted?
Hmm.
Yeah, I had to cover for my ass when I said rocket science, so I said goblins had fireworks, and then Huskath was asking you about fireworks.
Ah, I don't know why. I'm gonna reconnect. People are cutting out for me.
Still
Welcome
cutting
back.
out?
Oh, yeah, that's way better now. I can hear
Okay.
people.
Yeah, so did you get the gist of that, or do I need to repeat it again?
Yeah, can you repeat it? Sorry.
Yeah, so I accidentally used a modern rocket science phrase, so I covered for it with saying that goblins had fireworks. And Huskath asked you about fireworks.
Fireworks is not a goblin thing, but I definitely worked at a place that had fireworks before.
Fireworks, exactly.
Sorry?
Hesgas asking you what they are.
Oh, they're like these non-magical boom things. They're like these little cylinders that you fire into the air, and then they make this big, colorful boom.
Is it a distraction?
Yes, actually, perfect. You understand perfectly. They're a great distraction. They distract almost everyone in the area.
Sounds useful.
Yeah, you can't really use them indoors though, unless you want to like try and hurt someone, which I guess is also useful. But there are
It also sounds useful, yes.
there are way more efficient ways to hurt people. So
And I guess the miner would kick in. She's like, it's sort of like the stuff we use to clear out like really hard to get through areas. It's I'm gonna say they have dynamite and explosives. I mean, they can't be
They have
that.
fireworks. It's a good
Yeah.
chance they
Yeah,
can have
and
dynamite.
she's like fireworks are like that, but pretty. Although the goblins when they use them around here, that it tends to be to cause problems.
You cause problems, Gizmo.
Yeah, almost exclusively.
You have fireworks on you.
Sadly, no.
Should we get you some?
I pretty much I can replicate that kind of thing with magic, so I'm good.
I mean,
Alright.
we're gonna get some if we kill goblins with fireworks. So
Yeah, I mean, we could just take them if we come across them.
I mean, now I have to make goblins drop fireworks.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get a document open to,
It's fine.
goblins should carry fireworks.
And
Alright.
use them to distract in battle. New battle strategy.
Well, I'm also thinking like to make herds of animals startle and trample the party. That sounds like fun. Anyway. So yeah, the only other thing that the miner might hint at is that the speaker tried to get the militia to clear out the mine a couple days ago, but like they refused to go in, but she thinks it's more of a political thing than a fear thing. Um she says that we have a bit of a rivalry with the town across the water, Targos. She kind of spits, and I think they paid off the militia to keep them from put the crunch on on our mining operation here because they don't like that we are better off than they are. So she's like, the sooner you clear them things out of there, like I said, the sooner we get back to work and make beer money.
Money made out of beer?
No, 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 Huskar. Money for me.
Ah, yes. That makes sense.
The miner lady is gonna look at Gizmo and just be like, "You take real good care of your friend in that mine there. He seems like the kind that's gonna go down the central shaft."
uh,
Does that
Don't.
sound like a threat?
No, he's you're just a big guy and you can easily fall.
Ah, yes. Well, you're going to keep me from falling, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're my friend, Huskar.
So yeah, you guys gonna head to the mine, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So
Mhm.
I need to find Dog because I lost Dog somewhere.
Oh, no loose dog.
There he is. Are some of you guys still at low health, or is that just these tokens?
Was low.
That was pretty low.
I mean, we probably had a
Yeah,
long
I would
rest.
say if you guys want a long, like short rest, probably not long restable. Well, 3 hours, so you're 8 hours in. It's getting. You could conceivably long rest here if you wanted, I guess. If
Yeah,
you
I
hang
think
around a bit.
Okay.
That works. I can get back a
Yeah.
rage. And use up a ration.
Well, you're in an inn. You don't need. You can like.
Oh,
You
good.
can.
I can.
Yeah. There's a tavern
Yeah,
and an inn here. The longer you hang out in this tavern, the more people that are going to come in because of the boats are coming in for the evening. No, let's see. Tourmaline has a... Yeah, they have an inn. Interesting. Oh, okay. I don't know how that really ties into stuff, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, as you guys are sitting here, people mill in. Someone who is out hunting like drops off a sack of like animals, and they get roasted over a spit over the central hearths. Depends on how long you hang out there. But the inn is a separate building.
How much for a night's rest and how much for food?
I always like fail at being able to tell you how much this stuff is.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Usually I
Um,
end up opening up the player's handbook and looking at like, what type of price for meals based on the various like is it a modest, is it a squalid, is it there's like a listing of pricing.
yeah, let's
Okay.
see. Expenses. Lifestyle expenses.
Well,
So
lifestyle expenses is one of them, but the other one is there's
food, drink, and lodging. Let's see. An inn
yeah.
stay. So probably like 5 silver for a room. 3 silver for a meal.
So that is 8 silver for room and board. Got it.
But you're basically probably eating at the tavern and then sleeping at the inn, I would imagine. With probably like a basic breakfast in the morning at the inn, like, porridge or something. So the inn is actually kind of interesting. I'll read you this. When you're walking, as you walk into the inn, you hear it. The innkeeper is like a teenager. She doesn't look like she's that old. She's human. Um, she's singing a little bit of like a little song as she goes about her business. It looks like she's taking care of a older man that's sitting in a chair. Well, not really a chair, like a chaise lounge. Like he looks like he's kind of bedridden. She's got him kind of propped in a thing by the fire, so she can keep an eye on him and run the inn. And she's like sort of singing a little song. I forgive my inability to sing or be lyrical. Uh, but
Don't
you
worry.
basically hear the words, ahead of the winter's wind she came, the lovely woman with no name, draped in a fur-lined cloak of red, to the icy lake she fled. The wind pursued her all the same, as sure as night she's dead.
Oh, Elena will walk up to her and say, "What song is that? That sounds intriguing."
She's just oh, it's about a local legend. Well, not really a legend, but about 50 years ago, this woman came on the way from Lonelywood uh, and stopped by the inn, and my grandparents tried to like she was like distraught, so my grandparents tried to like console her. Um, and she paid them. She holds up like a little ring that's on a chain around her neck, and she's like, she paid them with this ring. But then sometime in the night, a wind blew open the door to the inn, and uh, the woman got really scared and like ran out into the out towards the lake and was never seen again.
Did this one give a name?
What's that? Does the woman have a name?
Give a name.
No, she just they just called her the mysterious woman because she's mysterious and she's a woman.
Yeah, well, yeah, Helena's visually writing notes.
Man, this is a mysterious town.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's go check out the mine in the morning.
yeah, just pardon. I'm a bard. That's why I was curious about the song.
She's like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you more. It's like I said, it's supposedly happened to my grandparents, but they said that the wind that tore open the door like almost seemed like it was alive, like was clawing at the walls and tossing things about before the woman ran out the door. And then she's just like, I'll show you to your rooms for the evening. And she kind of the inn is interesting. Like it looks just like a really small building from the outside, but she like leads you down some stairs, and the inn is actually comprised of a couple small like houses, sort of like little separate cottages, but they're all interconnected by like an underground tunnel, so that you don't have to go out into the cold to get to them.
Huh.
But it's pretty cozy. Like I said, this is probably the warmest you've been staying in the Ten Towns area. She would say, "Yeah, you're lucky that you came tonight. Last night was the night that we put out the fires for the sacrifice."
Oh, is this one of the towns? Wait, why do you put out the lights for the sacrifice?
I was going to say, what sacrifice are you talking about?
She said, "Oh well, our sacrifice to Aro is warmth. We put out the fires and sleep in the in the cold. Sleep without extra warmth." She's like, even the guests have to tolerate it."
You think a deity like that cares what you do?
She just shrugs. She says, "Well, we don't really know. We've been trying just about everything, and it's better than what some towns do." She's like, I'd rather be cold for a night than have to watch one of the other townsfolk die." Excuse me. I guess you would spend the night. It's nothing exciting happens. Nothing. Breakfast is normal. You've gotten pretty much all the information out of her that you're gonna get on this song. She doesn't really seem to know like anything about the mine if you ask her, other than that it's been closed and people have been a little grouchy about it because that's basically the town's primary income source. But yeah, I'm going to assume you guys are going to the mine.
Yeah, I guess this is the logical next step, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm terrible at like herding you guys like towards where you're supposed to go, but
No, it's okay.
fine at. I know there's a map because I can see the map on the map. There it is. It's right next to the town. All right, so let's see. So I don't really think that this is gonna be. Well, see, I think your tokens are gonna be too big. I'm gonna have to resize you guys. I'm trying to figure out where you guys come in at. I think that's where you come in. And I'm assuming you guys can see, those of you that have vision. Yes, no, maybe.
Can't see yet.
Oh yeah, we're in the corner.
Yeah, top left.
I think all of you should be able to see save for Huskath.
Yeah.
So, it's about a 30-minute walk to the mine from the town. You sort of have to go through the woods to get there. It looks like a fairly clear, well-traveled path. They keep it fairly, well cleared, shoveled, whatever you want to call it. As you approach the mine, it seems like the area is kind of devoid of life. Like, no birdsong or anything. No activity that you can see. Not that there's a lot of birds in general, because it's weird and dark and cold, and they're probably all froze to death. But there's a sort of like a small rise, and there's a tunnel entrance that goes down, and there's a sign that looks like maybe like a little kid wrote it, and it says like kobolds only, and the K is like backwards, and
It's very cute.
it's cute. It's comically adorable that at least one of these kobolds is smart enough to write in common, but not very well. Although now I'm reading, it says they're written in elaborate calligraphy that wouldn't be expected from a kobold. But we're gonna stick with the cutesy stuff because I didn't read this shit. So yeah, it's basically just a hole that goes downwards.
Saying is that, but that is an elaborate calligraphy that you wouldn't expect from a kobold. It's way too cutesy.
It's like, wait, this kobold can write. That's really elaborate calligraphy for a kobold. Anyway, yeah. So it looks like it's big enough for you to fit Huskath without squeezing too much. You should be fine. You do notice that it's just basically like a dark hole.
I'll climb down off of Huskar for this.
So, and I believe these squares are 5 feet, so it's gonna be snug. So you guys are gonna have, yeah, it's gonna be snug.
Not for Gizmo.
Well, yeah, not for Gizmo, but it's still gonna be pretty snug. So the entrance, I'm just gonna put. Who wants to go first? I will stick the first person in the entrance.
If no one else wants, I mean, I'm the cleric. I guess it's my job, right?
To
I
go
would
first.
go first, but I cannot see in this darkness.
Do we want to just light a torch? I would rather you be able to see, big guy.
Yeah, I think lighting a torch isn't a bad idea. It might hamper our stealth, but I don't think that's our expertise anyway.
Alright, so Huskath, I'm gonna give you dynamic lighting, so you're not showing any light at all? Like if I move you there, do you see it all?
I can see.
You
A little
okay.
narrow, but I can see.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure you can see.
Yes.
Okay. So you're good. Alright, so Huskath, you go kind of in there and you can see that it's really tight. like for you, you can call back to the party and let them know who's gonna squidge in next. If
Should I maybe go next?
Sure.
just
I mean,
just the way this
I'm
area is shaped, it's kind of hard to get you all in there unless you're moving in and forward. So
I can go next, or you can go. I don't really mind.
Yeah, it's just if we get in combat, I'm more useful up front.
Yeah. Okay.
all right, so Estelle, then we'll put Gizmo in there. Helena, you want to take up the rear?
Yeah,
It's really hard to squish her in there, so you're gonna have to wait until people move forward. So I'll describe to Huskarth what he sees so that he can decide if he wants to move up any. So basically, you descend down these like rough hewn stone steps about 60 feet, and it sort of opens up into a larger room, and it kind of looks like a tool room. There's like hammers and picks and like sort of like boards nailed to the walls that have like pegs on them for hanging gear. Um, and the floor is covered in like rock dust, and there's just like footprints everywhere.
Okay, let's move forward.
You gonna move? Okay, there you go.
Which way do we go?
Well, why don't we
Just
take a look and see where the footprints lead, where traffic is heaviest,
I'm just
maybe?
gonna shove the dog in there. There you go. You should all be inside now. Like you all look like you're squished in a tunnel. Okay, I'm
Mm.
Helena and Orion. You guys can move your tokens, right? Like you're in. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't want to have you stuck in a wall because, like I said, this map is really
Yeah.
tight. So yeah, you see like there's 3 like sort of narrow tunnels heading off in different directions. There's 2 going south-ish, and then there's 1 east. But it looks like if you go through these tunnels, you're gonna have to do single file. Although the ceilings, let's see, the ceilings. It says the ceilings are roughly 12 foot high. Or 7-foot high ceilings, but the room that you're in is has a 12-foot ceiling.
Good, I'm 6'8". I won't quite hit the ceiling. But it's a good thing Gizmo climbed off me.
Yeah, your horns might be scraping the sides of the walls in some spots because it's a little, like I said, it's a little narrow, but
I doubt we're gonna get the drop on whatever's in here.
Can Estelle get down close to the ground for a second and see if there's a place where foot traffic is heavier?
so yeah, you want to give me a, let's see, what do we need here? Survival check. Okay, so you see there's a lot of footprints going on here. And there's some human ones, there's some kobold ones, and at least a few that look like they belong to some kind of giant rodent. The kobold tracks kind of look like they go everywhere. Um, their rat or the rodent tracks look like they're going off. Let me make sure. Look like they're going off in this direction. But the kobold tracks are basically going everywhere, as are the human ones. But with that roll, you can tell the human ones are kind of older, like they're under the other tracks.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if we're looking for kobolds, it's as good a guess as anyone. Just any of the 3 directions. But we also have a rat problem, maybe big rats. Maybe it's a different rodent, but it definitely big.
I mean, with that roll, you'd probably be able to tell that they're like, well, you want to give me a nature check, I guess?
Ooh, she's dummy. Okay.
They look like giant rat tracks, like really big rats.
So we could deal with the rats in that direction. I'll point off over here, or just pick randomly.
I don't like rats. I say pick a random direction.
Do we call to the kobolds, or do we just go for them?
We'll figure it out as we go along.
So you pick in a direction. You can go. Whoever's I guess the big guy. So Huskath, you're kind of in charge of which way you go, I guess, unless one of you guys wants to.
Ascap is looking down at Gizmo. Which way do you think we should go?
Which way was the rats again?
The rats went off this way, sort
Okay.
of.
In that case, Gizmo's gonna flip a coin between this one and this one. I want to go down this one.
All right.
So you basically come to like a three-way like split. There's some stairs that kind of go down that way. There's an up, and you can sort of see that there's a passage that might be, it looks like a twisty mind. Like they were basically following natural caverns and, didn't really plan this at all. It's kind of all over the place.
Should we continue down this way? Ascap is looking down at these stairs.
I'm just gonna take a quick peek around, but we might want to. Who knows if it connects or not? Yeah, let's head down. We can always come back up that way, right?
So you guys are gonna head down. So into this area here. So you basically come down the stairs into here, and it looks like this is where the miners like sort of process the stuff that they've found. There's like gravel and pebbles all over the floor, and big workbenches kind of set up along the walls with various tools. Couple hammers and picks, and some lanterns that look like they've been broken. Kind of looks like people left this area in a hurry. Um, yeah. So there's also another tunnel that sort of leads off that way. This is I guess an up. It's kind of hard to tell because you guys came downstairs, but then this, like, I can't tell if that's an up or down. It's a ledge. It's a 7-foot high ledge. I don't know which way it goes. It says floor of the western tunnel from area M1 is 7 feet higher. Okay, so I guess that's up. It looks like a down to me, but I think it goes up.
Go look around for any signs of kobolds.
You want to give me like an investigation check? Yeah, Let's see a heck of a lot of anything. Anybody else want to investigate?
I'll try to look around.
No, you don't do any much better than Gizmo. Get a piece of gravel in your shoe, and that's more annoying than trying to figure out what's going on here. But yeah, basically, like I said, it looks like they ran out of here in a hurry. Orion, are you any better at investigation than these guys?
I can give it a try. I'm very good at insight investigation. I mean, slightly, I guess.
So, Orion, you don't really find anything telling, but you do find a small dog that's been carved out of rock with two little tiny tourmalines set into it for eyes.
Oh, this is
It'd
cute.
be worth about like 10 gold if you were to sell it.
How big is it?
It's just a little, like, would fit in the size of your hand. It looks like somebody was bored while they were on break and was just playing with rock
Oh,
and
it's mine. It's mine now.
um so can you guys roll me perception just real quick?
We're gonna get ambushed so hard.
So Estelle, you hear like running water coming from this direction, like not super loud, but like maybe like a waterfall or of some sort or something, or rushing water. Helena, you hear basically the same, like rushing water.
Are we all good to continue?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, sure.
I suppose. Are we? You still need me to go first.
Yeah, probably the best idea. I think you're the one who can take the hardest hit.
All right.
Be careful. There's some, I
Yeah.
guess, running water down here.
So,
Don't fall in.
yeah, so Huskath, you get to the edge of what looks like a big chasm. This must be the central shaft that the miners were talking about. There's sort of like a rickety platform along the edge. Now that you see it, you can see why somebody could have fallen down here, even though the miners kind of blew it off. There and off to the side, it looks like there's like a river that might flow, and it kind of cascades down into the darkness, and it goes really down. So, and you can't tell how far down it goes. It's just like a black hole, but yeah, nice rickety walkway. It looks like it could probably support your weight.
Ascath will put a hoof on it.
Um, due to the waterfall, you can barely hear each other talk. If like once you move into this room.
I'm gonna start following as well, I guess. I'm gonna try and like not be on it at the same time as other people, so we don't over bear the weight limit. So I'll just
What is
wait
this
until
that
everyone
Ascath
gets
has
out.
found?
Okay. Well, I'm letting people get position. So, Ascath, you come to what looks like a big bucket on a pulley. Uh, it's big enough, but just barely big enough that you would fit in it. But it looks like it's a lift of some sort that the miners use to move up and down between the levels of the mine. But it looks like you guys can you're only going to be able to get in there one at a time to go down.
You say bucket? Because if there's a bucket, I'm not sure Hescoth can fit in that.
Yeah, I told you you'll fit. It says it can hold
Okay.
one. You're not bigger than medium, correct?
That's true. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I am still classified as
it's
medium.
big enough. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but you can fit into it. But it's only one of you at a time can go down in it.
Do we want to?
I mean, they might be down there.
Hescoth is already trying to get down.
Yeah, all right.
Spot where you come down. Hold on. Okay. So Huskath, you're just like he's already down. You just see his head going down a hole, basically, before you can even say anything. And Huskath, you're in like you know the bucket creaks its way down as you kind of. It's one of those ones where you can do it yourself by just pulling the rope. And you sort of like end up in a cave with two tunnels leading off. One to the northeast-ish and one to the southwest-ish. Just dusty.
Can't see any. No, there I am.
Yeah, sorry I moved you. I forget how to do that. Is it shift click to show you where you are?
Yes. Oh, shift. Yeah, shift ping.
Shift ping. There. So that's where you ended up. The rest of you are standing up there. The bucket's down. You could easily pull the rope to pull it back up.
Yeah, I'll do that. And you said medium creatures can fit, right?
Yeah, so you could put two mediums in there at a time, or one medium in there at a time, two smalls.
All right, I'm gonna tell Dog to sit and stay because he's a large beast. And yeah, I'm just gonna hope he stays put right here.
Yeah, just tell him to stay. Well, maybe not on the platform, but yeah, like maybe in
Right.
the tunnel.
Yeah. Once they move out of the way, I just wanted to give people space.
But I'm assuming y'all are just all gonna go down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no problem. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
drop you
Hescoth is
down
already
there.
down there poking around.
Yeah. And I'll take Gizmo next. I'm just gonna plop you all in this like room sorta here. Okay, y'all are down there now. I'm just gonna put the dog right there. Okay. So yeah, same description for you guys. It's just there's two dusty tunnels, one leading to northish, one leading southish. You can sort of see, I guess Huskath, you can see that there's a bigger, it opens out over this way.
Stop.
All right, stop moving.
Hescoth's not even bothering to be quiet. He's just moving along.
Huskath, as you like clomp into that room, this looks like a place where the miners would take breaks. There's like a table and chairs. And as you come into the room, you see two kobolds that are standing on top of the table, poking at a giant rat with their little javelins to make sure it's dead. But as you enter the room, they both like kind of whip their heads around and like screech and like come at you. Now I have to find kobolds on my. So if y'all want to roll initiative, I guess if the people that came down last want to like position themselves differently. Or if you guys are just letting Huskath wander freely, that's all up to you. I'll let you put yourself where you want to be before combat is setting, as long as it's not
Well,
past the cow.
I'll be right here in the rear just in case.
I'd be probably right behind Estelle because that's where I was. Yeah, I'll be right here probably.
Let's see, are these guys gonna whisper me, or are they gonna? Yeah, they're whispering. Okay. Everybody that needs to be on here. Quentin, you want to get on the? I don't see.
Oh
you
yeah,
on here.
sorry. I forgot.
The one kobold's name is Small. Smol.
Aw.
Are you
They
gonna
have
kill
names.
poor Small?
Well,
Grek and Small.
if Small pokes me with a spear, then I'm probably going to accidentally switch them. Yes.
So Gizmo, you basically hear something screeching up ahead. I don't know if you're you could technically squeeze past Hutskarth if you wanted to, but he would be difficult terrain.
Okay, I have movement to deal with that. I have enough movement to squeeze past him and still be able to be in the room. So I'll go into there. And I will cast... You know, I'm going to cast just Toll... No, not Toll Dead. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at this one. Teach him a lesson. I'm going to do lightning damage.
Okie dokie. Do it. Don't need that one anymore. Hold on, where did my... Sorry. There he is. You hit, and you murderize that poor little guy. He's screaming, he's still screeching, and you shoot a lightning bolt down his throat, and he just fries.
Poor little guy.
My
Is
fun
that Small?
circus ball of lightning
You murdered
goes down his
Small.
throat.
Small is dead. Alright, since Small is dead, it is now Helena's turn. Since Small does not even get to take a turn.
His body just twitches a bit.
Gizmo, you saw his skeleton light up all like cartoon-like.
Gizmo's laughing.
Wisdom save, huh? Let's see, how wise are these he fails and takes 4 damage, and gets disadvantage on his next turn, which he's probably not ever going to even get to see.
Always a chance.
No.
We're all gonna come in and just beat the shit out of these
There's
kobolds.
still a minotaur. There's still a minotaur in the way. There's always a chance.
Orion, you heard a large zapping sound that cut off a screech, and then Helena making fun of something, and really hurting his feelings.
Moving through an ally, is that difficult terrain or
Yes,
just
so
normal?
half movement through an ally. And like I said,
I'm
it's
just
really
gonna
tight through here, so
I'm just gonna move over here. I can see him, so can I cast Pull the Dead on him?
go for it.
Because that way, oh, that's the wrong button.
No, you didn't. If you threw a dagger at him, you hit
No,
Unscath in the back
no,
of the
no.
head.
I clicked the wrong one.
Okay. He takes 3 damage because that's not a. Oh, is it a Wisdom save too?
It is.
Okay. Oh, he really fails that. He got a 0.
Damn.
Yeah, so he takes 3 damage. Does he get extra damage because he's already, or is that a different spell I'm thinking of?
No, that is the spell, but it's the D12 that's rolled, so if it's not damage, it's D8. If it
Okay.
is damage, it's D12s.
So Estelle, this kobold is getting battered. You probably can't really see it though, where you're squashed.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to push past. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, what else? Let's take a swipe with the rapier.
Yeah, you skewer the little guy. You make short work of him. So you guys are in a room with 2 dead kobolds. Like I said, I'll re-describe it for people coming in. It was basically a break room. Kobolds were looking like they were getting ready to snack on a dead rat that's laying on the table.
Is the rat cooked or raw?
It's freshly dead, so it's not cooked.
Is there a fire going anywhere?
No, it's just a dark room.
They're just 2 kobolds chilling.
Yeah, they were taking a break. You guys ended their little break a little early.
Oh,
Forever.
I'm also gonna. I'm going to remember to cast Mage Armor now. So I've cast that right now. It makes my current armor class 15.
You guys didn't even get a full round with those kobolds. You just murderized them.
Yep.
Put them
So,
in an old grind.
so look at there's a tunnel leading off to the north, and there's the tunnel that was behind you.
I think I'm gonna pick up the dead rat on a spear and just carry it.
Well, it's not on a spear; it's just laying on the table.
Okay, then I'm gonna pick it up by its tail and carry it around.
All right. Any preferences, or we flip a coin again?
No preferences.
Would y'all care if we head out this way then?
Is that the way back?
There was another tunnel. It looked like a big guy.
Oh, okay then. We should go there.
Do you mind leading the way?
Do you mind
Okay.
being the meat
And I'm
shield?
still carrying the dead rat. Waiting for my party to catch up.
Can't grab. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys. So Husk, guys, don't move any further, maybe. Well, so I can describe the room you're in. Did you get there? Okay. So Huskath, as you move into that room, you can see that off to your left, like it looks like that's the shaft, the big central shaft. Um, you can hear the waterfall over there. There's like gems in the wall here. Let me look at you guys for a second here. So, Estelle, you hear something like rustling around back like in here. As you're moving into the room.
Can I take a peek behind? Is there anything I see?
So if you peek around, you don't see anything on the ground, but up towards the ceiling, there's like some kind of weird floating beaky thing.
Hey, guys?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? I'm just gonna point at it.
Gizmo looks up at it.
Let's
Yeah, we'll also look up at it.
see. If any of you guys can roll me nature or arcana to see if you know what that is.
I am just as good at both, so I'll do this.
I have a 0 on both, so I'm not even gonna attempt.
So you
That's not
really,
something I don't know.
none of you really have any idea what it is, but it looks kind of mean. This is what you see hanging around up there. It basically looks like a brain with a beak and tentacles.
Hey guys,
That is out of character. Huscathis is staring at it. There's a lot of tentacles, and I hold up the dead rat towards it. Maybe if I feed it this, it will be your friend.
I
I don't think so. I think we should just stab it
what
right
if
now.
we just yeah.
Like before it notices us, we should stab
Scath
it.
is attempting to wave the dead rat, or the freshly dead rat, underneath the grill.
It's going to move it at him and like both reaching for the rat and for Huscath, like indiscriminately. So
Huscath kind of puts the dead rat into the tentacles.
no, it's reaching for everything. You got tentacles coming at you. You can give me initiative
That
again.
doesn't seem to notice that part of it.
I need to get him to come out. What layer are you on? Come on. There you are. Maybe yes. There. Yes, there you are. So yeah, it's gonna try to tentacle Huscath.
Oh god. So Husker tried for peace and it chose violence. Is that what's going on here?
I guess I'm more like right here then.
Well, yeah, it's neutral evil. Well, it's neutral evil, so I don't know how you can be neutral evil.
It
I
has an
guess you can.
alignment?
Yes, it has an alignment.
Yes. It's a
What?
brain with a mouth.
It speaks a language.
What?
Bro?
Okay. I did not
It's
know
a
that
big
about Grow.
floating brain.
It speaks a language, but it didn't go on the tracker. Why didn't I have it selected? Why didn't it go on the tracker? All right, let's try that again. I'll edit it. It got a 10.
So it's just a massive dickhead. Okay.
This
Just an
rabbit
asshole.
does not wish to be a friend.
I thought it was just an angry animal, but no, it's just an asshole.
No, it's an asshole. I mean, why? You know,
Exploration.
it's an hors d'oeuvre and then the main course.
The hors d'oeuvre is a rat, and the main course is beef.
Yeah, it's not quite surf and turf. All right, everybody's on here that needs to be on here, right? Right. All right. So Gizmo, you see Huscath is trying to be like, well, I don't know if you can see that because he's around the corner from you. You just hear, well, I don't even know if you hear anything because Huscath's just holding up this rat trying to feed this thing, so you have no idea what he's doing because he's on the others. I don't know if that's actually not a wall. I think that's like a look. You're looking up or down.
Yeah, how many feet up is it?
Hold on.
Because if it's like, I don't think it's a wall either.
No, it's not a wall.
It's not blocking the vision.
It
Yeah.
looks like a wall. It says the grill is 15 foot up, but it dropped down. It says the floor in the north end of the cave is 5 feet higher than the south end, with a rocky ridge separating them and a slope on either side leading to the top of the ridge. So it looks like you can't go, like it's a climb where the gray bit is, but you can go around to either side. And he's 5 foot up with this grell like another 5 feet above him. Actually 10 feet above him with the tentacles coming down. And some of them are reaching for the rat, but some of them are also reaching for him.
This is definitely a kill it with fire moment. Yeah, so I can tell it's about to attack, right? Like it's like going to attack Huskar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so I'll chromatic orbit with fire damage this time. Oh, it's a good roll finally.
Yeah, it is a good roll. So you hit it with the fire, and it sort of makes a sound, and the tentacles like pull back from what it was doing, but it's still not like 100% retreating.
Okay, I'm gonna just kind of go in here, this little corner. That's my turn.
All right, Helena. Huskath is trying to pet the monster.
That's just typical of Huskath.
And Helena, just in case you're talking, I cannot hear you.
There we go.
So you're swinging a short sword at it.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit it for 6. You take you basically stab at its tentacles, trying to keep them from reaching. You get multi-attack at your level.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. That does not hit.
It's bonus action.
You knock some tentacles away, some tentacles swing back and knock your blade away.
That's it.
Okay, Huskath. Your friend is trying to eat you.
Huskath frowns and Huskath will rage, which means Period Wild Magic. So suddenly a flump appears nearby.
It doesn't appear to do anything other than explode and kill your party. But yeah,
That's pretty much a flump. So, and as I'm raging, I pull out my great axe and just swing it right at the creature.
okay, so I'm not sure I have any flump tokens. I can find a token to pull out.
It's not gonna be there for very long though.
No, I know, but if it's gonna be in there and explode, I wanna. Where is my?
I'm picturing it floating like right about here, directly behind the grill.
Still hit all of us.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, it's
It's only
5
it's only
feet.
1d6.
It's 5 feet within the thing.
Oh yeah, my
Premium
bad.
asset.
I was looking at the wrong.
All right, we're
It casts fireball.
We're just gonna say that that's a flump because I cannot find one that I don't have to pay for. So, okay. All right, so you great axe it for 18.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that all?
That's all.
Okay, Estelle.
She's gonna do a little jump and see if she can judge whether or not she would have space to stand there.
I would say no. That's like a rocky ridge. It would be really you'd be I don't think that's 5 feet there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Oh, it explodes, right? The flump.
It doesn't explode until the end of combat, I think.
Oh, I thought I said it at the current
at the end
turn.
of the current turn.
At the end of his rage, Husker can't do it anymore. I think he can, as a bonus action, summon the flump as many times as he wants, until his rage ends.
Okay. Okay, so I guess it explodes. So all of you have to make.
Everyone?
So, everybody within 10 feet of the blue token. So Helena and Huskath and the thing.
It says within 5 feet.
5 feet. Okay.
Which is me and the.
It says 5 feet of the creature. Okay, 5 feet of it must have succeeded to d6 or take 1d6 force.
Yeah, which means anybody touching it. Yeah. But anybody, any square touching the creature square is within 5 feet of it.
Okay, so what's the saving throw?
Dexterity.
But what do you have to beat?
It's 8 plus proficiency plus your con mod.
So my con mod is 3, and my proficiency is 2. So that's 13.
So you have to beat a 13 or take 1d6. All right.
Alright.
All right. So Helena, you take 6.
What about
I'm rolling the thing. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
Okay, it
Ooh.
takes 6.
Nice.
Force damage is also very good for that.
All right. Now Estelle.
Yeah, I don't see myself getting up there, so I'm gonna draw my longbow, my newly acquired longbow, and see how this works.
Pretty good. You whiz an arrow at it, and it's looking pretty rough at this point, but it's still gonna try to tentacle what's his name, Huskath, because he's there, and it wants to tentacle him. So I'm assuming that hits. So give me a con save.
Yes, I am a big beefy boy, and a 23 definitely hits. 11.
All right. So
Yay, I saved!
just barely. So yes, you do not get poisoned or paralyzed.
And I take half of that because I am raging. Woo!
I mean, it's pushing.
Piercing. I take half of it.
And,
So it's
alright.
also grappled, escape.
No,
beast.
you're not grappled unless.
Oh, unless I'm paralyzed. Got it. And I'm
Yeah,
not
I
paralyzed.
think you have to not make the save to be grappled.
Alright.
I think it doesn't really say.
GM's discretion. You already said that it
It
has to be
says
grappled.
target must succeed on a DC 11 con saving throw or be poisoned. The poisoned target is paralyzed. Target is also grappled. To me, it reads that if you're paralyzed, you're grappled.
I mean, it says the target is also grappled, which means
so that means it would have to have
regardless.
succeeded on the poison to grapple you. So yes, I'm going to say you are
Which
not
makes
grappled.
sense. Yeah.
All right. So Orion.
Just gonna. Is this added on my sheet correctly? Yeah, why not? Let's just throw a guiding bolt at it, see what that does. Nothing.
Nothing. Yes, it misses. It whizzes by the thing. Is that all you're doing?
I mean, yeah, that's
Okay.
my action and the spell slot, so.
Alright. Gizmo, it's back to you.
Conjure a small spectral bell and cast Toll the Dead on the Grell.
And that's a wisdom save, right?
Yes. It does not save. You take 7 damage.
It is dead. So it sort of like deflates and sinks to the ground.
Alright. I am going to gather up the body of the dead Grell. I seem to have upgraded my corpse.
That isn't a kobold. So it seems that maybe the miners were right about something else being in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know. Also, what is that bullshit that they were saying, that the speaker was saying about it not being deep enough? Those shafts are really deep.
Yeah, that sounded like that was nonsense.
It's garbage.
I do not understand.
They said something about the shaft not being deep enough for things to be coming out. Evidently, that's not the case. It's pretty fucking deep, and this thing came out of nowhere.
I mean, obviously he was lying to get you to go in here, right?
Right? Yeah,
He's not going to tell you, oh yeah, all sorts of shit could be coming up through there.
Okay. I thought it was only 2 kobolds though, but I don't know. It's me talking about my ass.
Well, if we find more kobolds, perhaps they will want this corpse.
I mean, if it was only 2 kobolds, wouldn't they be able to deal with it?
One would imagine. Miners have pickaxes? They're not all dwarves, but they have pickaxes, yes?
Yeah. Pretty sure they do.
Those can be used as weapons.
This shaft right here just goes down, right?
Yep, it's basically the same shaft as above. The water is streaming down the one side of it.
I'm going to sit down the corpse and I'm going to pick up Gizmo and lead him over to see what he sees. To let him look.
It's just dark. You can't see, like, even with 60 feet of night vision, it just goes down.
Not deep enough my ass. All right, let me down, big guy.
I'm going to carefully set him down and pick up the corpse again.
Oh yeah, not down the shaft. Not down the shaft.
Oh, you want to go down the shaft?
Just drops me.
It's not quite that stupid.
I have to roll.
He's got average intelligence, so it's like he's not a dummy. He just
doesn't understand certain things.
Yeah.
Gizmo's similar, but he's book smart. Yeah, I guess we should go the other way then.
Back to the other path.
Oh, I don't know why I'm going ahead. I shouldn't be doing that.
Husketh just sort of like vaulted over the down, so you guys are good.
I just moved myself back to the kobold room.
So yeah, just a fairly snug tunnel, as usual. There's some little like offshoots to the sides that look like people have been mining.
Oh, it looks like this one just ends. Yeah. This isn't even a path.
Can we try and mine some?
You have seen a few pickaxes laying around. You could try.
Ooh.
Husketh has now wandered off by himself into a shaft.
Before I catch up with Huskar, I would like to try and use my shank to wedge a gem out.
Okay, let's see.
I'd like to give it a try as well, but I want to use a pickaxe.
Hold on. There is a thing that tells if you guys try to mine how long it takes and everything. Give me 1 second to find it again.
A Tarrasque comes out of the ground and kills you.
Yeah.
That's a world ender.
So it would take you about an hour to mine anything. Do you guys want to spend the time to pick away at the walls?
I mean, maybe we should see if we can find anything else, and if we can't,
Yeah, we should probably explore this cave first before.
Is convinced there's other kobolds in here somewhere and has gone off looking for them. So if you guys want to start mining, Husketh is probably going to go wander off on his own.
I'm not going to let Huskar wander off. So I'll mental note for me. We might do it on the way back.
Okay, let me grab you and move you to the next spot.
There's a path down somewhere?
Yep, you're stop moving your token and let me have it. Thank you.
Okay. No, I was just looking around. I couldn't see it down.
There's a down here. This basically is sloping down as you're moving.
Ah, cool.
Okay.
So I was like, thought maybe I'd missed something, so I started moving backwards after I didn't see anything.
So, you guys are poking around in the mine tunnels, and Husketh is just kind of wandering down.
I would follow it down.
While holding the body of a grell, yeah. Kind of like
it's basically like this deflated, like it looks like a deflated like balloon, like blow up doll kind of thing.
Yeah, and I've got it like hung up over her shoulder.
All right, Estelle, if you're next, I'm gonna move you down there. Like I said, tight quarters. Again. I'm just gonna say Orion, you're gonna get down there when. So let me read you the description before you go any further, Husketh. So you're at the edge of the shaft again, basically. Let me. I'm just gonna move you guys up so I can put Orion down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're all down there. Okay. So this you basically move down the slope until you get to the shaft again. It sort of like loops around and comes back. There's another wooden walkway here that you can see. Sort of goes off to the I guess that's your right if you're facing, but off to the west. You can also see there's like a kind of like a rope going across to another area. Where's my pointer thingy? Come here. There's like a rope here stretched across. And there's another like bucket lift attached to that.
What a weird contraption.
And the other platform is about 15 feet over to the other side. Like, I don't know if it goes. It doesn't say if it goes down or across. It might go across. It's a shuttle, so it doesn't go down. It shuttles over to the other side.
Strange. Does it look like it'll support my weight?
Let's see. It says the bucket is large enough to hold one medium creature or two small creatures. It takes a round for the bucket to cross the gap.
We could try to go across. It seems that there's also a path down this way on this side of the area.
See people.
Yeah, I catch a little glimpse too. There might be more kobolds. There almost certainly are.
I kind of like unstrap the corpse and like kind of hold it out as an offering as I head that direction.
So, Huska, you see 3 kobolds standing back there, and they look a little skittish.
I hold out the corpse. Was this thing bothering you?
Let me finish describing them before I answer that. So there's 3 little kobolds down there. One of them is wearing like he's got like a satchel, and he's got like a fake pair of dragon wings that are made out of wood and cloth. And he kind of cringes away from you and says, "Please don't hurt us."
Was not intending harm, although 2 did attack without provocation earlier.
So the one with the wings appears to be like sort of like the leader. He says, well, he's gonna explain to you that like we came down here to hide because we used to live up on the big mountain, the one that the humans call Kelvin's Cairn. Yeti chased us down here, and we figured we could hide in here. But the miners like freaked out when they saw us and acted like we were gonna murder them or something and run off. And then like now people keep coming down here and like trying to chase us out, but they don't want to listen.
Can I determine how truthful that story might be?
We were going to hunt some Yeti, I think. Or at least look for people who the Yeti might have eaten.
Go ahead and insight him if you want. You don't really have any idea. He could be telling the truth. He could be not.
I dropped the body in front of the kobold leader.
He kind of looks at it like he's not sure what he's supposed to do with that. He almost seems like he's grossed out by it. He's like look, you guys look like reasonable people, even though you murdered 2 of my friends, as you said.
They attacked us. They were going to stab us. They did not want to listen.
Did you even try to talk?
They did not give us a chance.
He's like, look, the winter has made this place really unsafe for my kind, and the cold dulls our wits. We just want to have a place where we can stay and work. If you could convince the people of Tourmaline to let us stay, you know, uh, they'd be better off having us.
Sort of work.
I mean, we're used to being underground and digging tunnels. That's why we came to the mine in the first place.
I'm going to now incite him. This is strange. Yeah, I just know it's just as much as Estelle does, I guess.
Nope, none of you are doing very good there. As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
I do not know of any work for in tunnels, but the people above do not seem to wish to share with you.
Well, that's because they wouldn't listen. They didn't even give us a chance to talk. Nobody does.
Right. They're not giving you a chance to speak, but have you tried speaking with them, or did you just come in here and take over their mind? I'm still confused. Why not just head to the city and ask for work?
Like he's just like, it's a comfort thing, you know. We're not used to being, even though it's all dark up there now, we're not used to really being on the surface. You know, we figured we'd come down here, talk to the miners, and they just kind of ran out.
What about that sign?
Like, he just kind of looks at you. What sign?
Sign at the front of the mine. Gizmo, what did that sign say again? Liam?
Try. DM, what is wrong with us?
You're not
It's-
insightful. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It said kobolds only.
I'm not sure how to move forward with these guys. I mean,
and it really
if they were
doesn't give me any options to, like, if you don't insight check them.
if you have a sign that says kobolds only, but you were truly here just to integrate with the others, with the other people in this town, well, why do you have the sign in the first? Like, why do you have the sign?
He's gonna be like, well, maybe one of the others put it up there as a joke.
Could I re-insight this guy?
Sure.
Oh, what the hell? My sheet. Okay. Yeah, sounds right. Kobolds are very, very mischievous. Well, guess we'll go back and ask the townspeople if that's okay.
Well, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. You kick these people out of their own mine, and it's a comfort thing. That doesn't.
He's like, they kicked themselves out.
I just feel like having a sign that says kobolds only is a non-starter for conversation.
Didn't you hear him, Estelle? He said that one of the prankster kobolds put
that
him up.
must have been Small's idea. He's such a joker.
Well, we don't have to worry about Small anymore. His jokes. That rascal, he's gone for good.
Small's one of the ones upstairs on the other floor because I think they might be dead now.
Like, oh man, you killed Small?
I look at Gizmo and say, "Did you?"
Yeah, Small was like really hungry for some like lightning, so I jumped lightning down his throat. It wasn't really like. I guess it makes sense because he's kind of a jokester, so I should have taken that not as seriously, but. Just my partner from the other room is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Look, they attacked us. That's not the point.
It's like I don't really know what to do here because you guys suck at insight.
So yeah, I guess we'll just go back and ask the people.
You are small and easily squashed. Why not come with us? Can I use an intimidation on that?
I mean, he's just like, well, you don't need to intimidate me, sure, if you're gonna help us talk to them.
That was kind of meant as a, yeah, we can squash you if you don't come with us, but
Yeah,
in a more polite tone of voice.
it's not like he wouldn't come with you if you said, hey, come with me. He's like, you don't need to threaten. I mean, we would have come.
Smith doesn't realize that. He's saying that way anyway.
Before we do that, what was that nonsense about a miner going missing?
He's like, he's probably down the hole.
Why would he be down the hole? We heard that typically people don't spend time around the central hole. Miners actually are not, obviously. And she's gonna gesture towards the hole that they're standing next to.
He points at the bucket on the string. He's like, you know, they ride across that hole in that bucket there.
Yeah, but you would think that they know how to function. It's just weird that one went missing. And you guys have been here, right?
I guess he's like, I mean, they didn't tell us anybody was missing. We've only been here a few days. It's not like they talked to us. They just ran.
It's just based off of our past experiences. Even if I were to believe you, like, we just got attacked randomly by your friends upstairs. I just don't.
Can I make some kind of check to like get on the same plane with Estelle? Because right now I think Gizmo's locked in this like these guys are all right because of the bad insight checks.
Yeah, I mean, Estelle is really suspicious for getting a 6 insight.
It's logic, though. It doesn't make sense that we'd be like, even if I believe them, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it makes sense that Estelle is in this boat. I guess I don't have to make a check for that. I guess Gizmo is also can follow logic. He's smart enough to do that. Yeah. So yeah, what you're saying doesn't really correlate to your behavior.
He's just gonna kind of shrug and like, well, then let's go talk to the people. Yeah, maybe clear up this misunderstanding.
Yeah, I don't see a huge problem with bringing them up to see the people because like if they start like playing some shenanigans up there, we can kill them this time with like support from the village. So I'm not super worried about bringing them up there.
Fine. It's just, are there any more of you here? Are we gonna get ambushed on the way up? Is my question.
He kind of like yells some. Do you guys, any of you speak Draconic?
Nope.
He yells something in Draconic and something is replied back to him. He's like, there's just 2 more up the shaft. Towards the top. They were scouting. And he's like, they're way up top. Like, they'll meet us up there, I guess.
Okay, let's go collect them. Would you all be happy to go first?
Oh no, move the map. God damn it.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to select these guys that are on the map layer or on the GM layer. Maybe they're on the GM layer. There we go.
The map is still out of sorts.
Yeah, I know. I'll fix it in a second. Give me a second. It doesn't matter because you're leaving this map soon anyway. Probably. Oh lord.
Do we still, while we have these kobolds with us want to stop by the mine and mine, or do we want to just go?
I have no idea if that's aligned, but it's going to be good enough, right?
Looks like it.
All right. I mean, you can. They don't. They'll offer to help, I guess. But you still gotta go for like an hour.
I'm still kind of curious to see what's over here.
I mean, like I said, it's a bucket thing. You can pull yourself across if you get in the bucket.
I'm down.
Yeah, let's go. Because that seems like a smart plan, right?
We made new friends. We think, maybe.
Ish.
And I'm waiting for them to go on ahead of me.
You want them to go over?
Kobolds, yep.
They two of them go over in one bucket, and the third goes over. The guy with the wings goes over by himself. I'm just gonna kind of shove them over here, cause they take up space and. So Estelle, from what you can see, the cavern that's off to your, the little like cavern here over here, is like just this, almost like the inside of a geode. It's just gems all over the walls, like sparkling, in the tiny little bit of light that the Huskart's torch is casting. Um, so Husketh, you see in this little alcove, kind of, there's what looks to be a skull, partially sticking out of the wall.
I can't even see into that room.
You can't see in there. It's
Can
probably
I?
because, oh, you know why? Because the map is out of line with it with the. Let me fix that. Now I see.
Can I try and touch it?
I'm gonna try to realign the map with the lighting, dynamic lighting. Might be better. Is that better? Can you see now a little into that room?
Yes.
Okay. And these kobolds are kind of just milling around in the geode cave. So yeah, if you get closer, Orion, and inspect the skull, it's this it looks like it's embedded in the wall, like it's not like somebody that died, and it's like part of the stone. Like a fossil, I guess. If you're smart enough to know what a fossil is, I don't know.
Can I guess what kind of skull it is?
As you're standing there trying to look at it, Scath is wandering over and is attempting to pry it out of the wall.
You could give me an Arcana check on that, Orion. You have no idea what it is, Orion.
Scath is reaching ahead of you and is just trying to grab the skull out of the wall.
Oh, no, don't touch anything we don't want to. We're gonna regret touching.
You tug at it, but it seems like it's pretty well. You look like you might have to chisel some of the stone away.
What is wrong, little friend?
I'm also gonna make an Arcana check about this.
Yeah, you guys are rolling really bad tonight, just so you know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You also have no idea. It's about 5 foot off the ground, embedded in the wall. It's got the skull has got larger than normal eye sockets and a curious ridge between the eyes. No visible like nose type ridge. And there's like 4 small holes where you would expect like teeth in a jaw to be like.
Yeah, this is really weird. I don't know what to do about this, actually. I was thinking it might be cursed, but I can't tell. Oh wait, I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic. Forgot I had that spell.
So the skull itself doesn't, but something inside of it is. You could see like a glow from the holes, like the eye sockets. There's something inside of the skull that's magic.
Hmm.
Does that let you know, like school, when you detect magic?
Yes.
Let's see. You detecting. I'm not sure what.
If it's a magic item, I actually don't know how magic item works with detect magic. Never mind. I think it's typically transmutation, but I don't. This is under the assumption that it's a magic item.
So I'm gonna say that it's maybe like an evocation school magic, because it's not really. Let me see if this is any better. Oh, maybe let's see, what school is this one? Maybe divination?
I'm gonna go ahead. Well, first of all, while I have detect magic active, I'm gonna walk into this room with the kobolds, just in case they have anything magical on
Yeah,
them that
let
we
me
need to be
take
worried
a
about.
look at. I don't think that anything with the kobolds would light up. I don't think they would. I don't think detect magic would be the right school there.
Right spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the skull.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
looks like you could chisel it out with a pick, like prise it out with a pick, but you have to remove a little bit of stone
All right.
from around it.
All right. If it was cursed, I think the whole skull would be covered in magic, but I'm not sure if that's how it works. But go ahead, Huskar.
So Huskar's once again staring at it and decides he's going to start using his axe to try to tap away some of the stone. What would you like me to roll?
Well, considering an axe is going to possibly break, because it's not exactly the right tool for the job.
No, I'm not trying to hit it too hard. I'm basically trying to get it so that it chips away a little bit of stone from around it instead of using full force. That's my attempt, anyway.
I don't want to say strength because I think you need more finesse. So like I don't know what kind of check I want for that. Let me see what we have here. Because you don't want to brute force it out.
Right.
I would say maybe like a dex, I guess, just to see if you can maneuver the axe to not like.
If you need my proficiency bonus on that, I also get +2 to proficiency.
So yeah, you basically chip away at it with the axe, but it takes a while, and you damage the blade of the axe, because axes aren't really made for cutting stone. You would have been better off like using a mining pick.
I didn't pick up one of those.
So What's your axe do? Put a -1 on your axe rolls from now on.
All right.
Because you chip the blade a little, like trying to get that out.
Alrighty.
I'm guessing you can put a -1 on there. I don't know how that works.
Is it just the attack or attack and damage?
Just the damage. I wouldn't say for the
Okay,
attack because
just the
it's
damage.
not going to
Got it.
affect your ability to attack, but it's going to affect the damage you do because you basically gnarled up the
Okay.
blade a bit. But you do get the skull loose. It just takes a while, and you muck up your blade a little.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, everything works.
It's sort of like if you took a kitchen knife and tried to like a fillet knife and try to cut bones with it. You know, you end up having to take your knife to a sharpener.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get it loose. It's roughly like a regular human size, like, but just weird looking. Doesn't look humanoid. It's humanoid, but it's not human.
Got it.
And
Do you
there's something kind
recognize?
of rattling around, and you can see into it. There's something
Right.
inside of it.
So I shake it and try to get whatever is in there out.
So like it's this kind of largest crystal. You'd have to like kind of maybe Gizmo with his little hands could get in there and maneuver it out.
I offer the skull to Gizmo.
Okay. I try to pick the little magical thing out or look for it.
I had the little sheet up. Did I lose it? I think I did. Because I just need to learn not to close these sheets. So Gizmo, you kind of pull out this big purplish crystal that looks like that. Do you just see the picture, or did you get the properties of it too?
I got the
Give us the
properties.
properties.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm guessing you'll figure that out eventually anyway, but yeah.
Hmm. Ooh. Okay.
I mean, all it takes is a short rest.
Yeah, I'll hold on to this, definitely. This is... Yeah, this is cool.
I don't know. I guess there's a way for me to give it to you and put it in your...
Oh, I could probably drag it now. Hold on.
Yeah, if you can't, I'll put it in your journal so you at least have the... Oh, that's weird.
Yep.
Why do you not show up on this list of people that I can add it to their journal? Oh, because you're Nightingale and not Gizmo. Durr.
Yeah, it's okay. I have it. I added it to my journal.
Okay. Alright. So, in the geode area, did you guys want to continue to, did you want to mine there? In this in this area over here? Which I can't ping because, darn it, I clicked on somebody that's stuck in the wall. I think Estelle. But yeah, this is like a big, like I said, Estelle, when you walked in here, it's like a geode. Like the walls are just lined with crystals.
I mean, if we're going to be digging anywhere, this looks like the place.
So if you
Mm-hmm.
spend an hour digging, you can get each of you could take out a geode worth 10 gold. Up to 50 can be acquired in this way. So you guys could spend however many hours you want to dig geodes out of here.
Let's just work here now.
It's our mine.
Let's see, 50 geodes, that's 10 apiece. So you could spend 10 hours down here just chipping geodes out. Maybe a little bit faster with the kobolds helping.
maybe we... Hmm.
I will share with the kobolds.
It's funny that it specifies 50 geodes can be acquired this way. That's a lot of. That's what 500 gold worth of geodes.
Well, if you want to spend the time.
But
Okay.
That's all up to you guys.
Okay, with at least staying here for an hour, but if everyone wants to stay longer than that, then that's fine with me as well.
I'm not diametrically opposed to staying for a little bit longer. You know, free coin.
I go where Gizmo wants to go, so.
So it would take you like 7.25 hours to get all the 50 geodes. if everybody's working.
Sure. I mean, we might as well, right?
Okay.
Spells that would
Rime.
help me. Spells that would help me. Let's see.
How much would we make per person?
So in total, you could get 100. You could get 500 gold worth of geodes out of here.
Oh yeah.
You can split
This
that
is
up
worth it.
however you like.
Say evenly, so everyone 100.
And how many kobolds are helping us? 3?
3.
If Gizmo could do it with Mage Hand, he would. But if he doesn't, he rolls up his sleeves.
I mean, if Mage Hand can lift a pickaxe.
How much does a pickaxe weigh?
I don't know.
Are you
Oh,
giving
well,
us the
it's probably
geodes or the money equivalent, assuming that we all survive getting out of here, including the kobolds?
See, a pick weighs 10 pounds, so I think you could probably. I think Mage Hand
That
can
is
do up to 10 pounds.
that is the limit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool. So Gizmo's just chilling and using Mage Hand.
I mean, so the 2 kobolds that are upstairs might get bored and wander down and help you, so that would like give you 10 people, so that would like half your time. If you want, if you don't.
I'm not giving them a share, so I mean.
Well, they gotta get practice in for mining, because that's what they're gonna do when they get back up there. They're gonna mine, right?
Yeah. All right. So let's just gonna spend the next 10 hours of our characters' lives. Oh my god.
It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, I mean it's worth it. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just distribute that into my sheet right now. 100 gold.
So if the 2 kobolds from upstairs come down, there's 10 of you. That's 10 per hour, so it only takes you 5 hours to get all the geodes out of here.
So that's 5 kobolds?
Yeah, there's 3, and then there were 2 that were upstairs, up the shaft.
And we each get 100 gold for doing this?
Yeah, if you don't share with the kobolds.
All right. So yeah, after selling the geodes and getting the split from the group and getting 100, I am going to give the kobolds 20 gold. So splitting it 5 ways, that would be 4 gold each.
Okay. All right. So they seem pleased. That almost more than makes up for you murdering their 2 friends, but
Almost.
almost. That their Thwip, he doesn't look super excited about. Guess you guys can't see Thwip. Yeah, Thwip and Scorp. These guys have
All
names.
named. Oh my god, I love that they're all named. They need to do that more in official campaigns.
Yeah, it's not like me where I had to like name the goblins, so they ended up being like Kevin and stuff.
But yeah, Scott definitely would have paid the kobolds.
But I guess unless you guys are gonna explore more, are you guys done down here? Like, did you want to go look for the rats? What did you want to do? Not like you're getting XP from killing them, but yeah.
I think we did fine making money off of mining. That's my opinion.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, and you get 50 gold for clearing the kobolds out too.
Oh, we get an additional 50 gold.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, if this conversation goes well. I mean, we're getting them out.
The entire group gets 50 gold. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how much gold is that for each of us?
10.
Yeah, there's 5 of you.
Oh, there's only 5 of us.
Remember, dog doesn't get gold.
So I kept thinking we had 6 players instead of 5.
No, dog is not a player.
All right, so each of us gets 10 gold. I am handing over an additional gold to each of the kobolds because they left without causing more violence, and we did get, a couple of them killed. So.
What was that? What was that amount again? What was the amount again that you're handing out?
Well, each of us gets. We got 100 gold each for the Geodes, and then 10 gold each for getting the kobolds to leave. And Huskath is there paying the kobolds off. He just started splitting his money with the kobolds.
Okay, so you guys are gonna come out of the mine and talk to the guy that sent you down there?
Yeah.
Alright, so let me collect up these little assholes and take them out to the main map. Oh, no, that's Gizmo. You're not one of the little... Well, you are a little asshole, but you're not one of the little assholes.
Hey!
I mean it in the most affectionate manner. My dog has a collar that says I'm an asshole.
Huskath is going to wave bye to the kobolds after giving them money.
So, you guys basically come up out of the mines and you... what's his name? Oris, the speaker of the town, is sort of waiting outside, like you've been down there a while, and he knows you went down there. And when he sees you coming up with the kobolds, he seems maybe surprised that you're bringing the kobolds out with you. He's like, "Is that all there were?"
Oh, well, two of them died by accident, but these ones agreed to leave. They had only meant looking for work, and then when you ran away, they did not know what to do other than hide down there.
The one with the wings is kind of like, yeah, an accident.
It was an accident.
And the speaker's like, well, what are you going to do with them?
Well, I am going to give them some money and wish them on their way.
And the leader of the kobolds is kind of like, well, we don't want to go away. We want to stay and work and live in the mine.
That if the people will allow you, but at any rate, you now have money that you can use to buy your way if need be.
The kobold looks at, she's like, you're really not that smart, are you? They don't let things like us hang around in town. There is no buy our way.
Huskath will then look at the person who's in charge of the town and say to them, if these kobolds are not allowed in town, how are they expected to earn a living and be able to trade their money for goods and services? You are guaranteeing that all they can do is raid you.
Like, no, I'm sorry, that's way too intelligent for something for Huskath to say.
No. He's got average intelligence. He's a smart boy.
It is. He is average. He's not. He's not actually, stupid. He's more of observant, but not knowledgeable about certain
last
things.
game, you barely knew that you could trade your gem for gold, and now
Oh,
you're talking about
point.
goods
Yeah,
and services.
you have a point. But more like so something similar to that, where it's basically he's saying something about how if you don't let them in town, how are they supposed to do anything, other than raid you for supplies?
The speaker would be like, well, if they had actually come to the town instead of going into the mine and causing trouble there, then maybe things would have been different.
They have money now to spend, don't they? I just gave them money.
But he's just like he's just gonna shake his head and like, look, if they want to work, they can work. That's fine. If they want to spend their money in the town, they can spend their money in the town. They just came, they came into town. They didn't even come into town. They just went in the mine and caused trouble.
Minotaur shrugs. He still doesn't think that they caused that much trouble. But because he believed them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. It's getting to be late. My brain's shutting down. So
Yeah, I know that feeling.
yeah.
Been a long day. My brain is like trying to keep my character in mind. It's like,
So the speaker would just say, look, we'll let them, uh, give them a trial run. If they do good work, then they'll be welcome. He's like, everyone's got to pull their weight around here. They made us shut down the mines for a few days because the workers were too scared to go in there. So, we'll give them a chance, but they didn't really give us a reason to trust them at first, especially after people were going missing. People had gone missing down there.
oh, I think it was the floating brain thing with the tentacles. That thing tried to eat me. I killed it.
Oh yeah, we got rid of a real monster.
He just kind of like floating brain thing with tentacles.
And a beak like a bird.
Like I've never heard of anything like that. Are you sure you didn't find a pocket of bad air?
I should have brought the body with me. I left it down there.
He's like, I'll send someone down to inspect. He's like maybe it does go deeper than we thought. He's like, we've never actually managed to get to the bottom.
You don't even know where the bottom is, and you claimed that
Right.
it was too deep.
Well,
That's interesting.
He's like, well, I mean, it's unfathomable. You can only throw so many people down there before. No.
Bro.
No, he's like it's been that way forever. Nobody's ever tried. When you chuck a torch down there and you don't it fades away before it hits the bottom.
Typically, that means it's very, very deep. Just so you know.
But he's like all the way to the Underdark deep. He's like, that's what the rumor is. I didn't think that could possibly be true. He's like, that's.
You just didn't want to share that bit with us, though, that it could potentially be that deep.
He's like, well, I didn't believe it could be that deep.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He's just like, look, my job is to make sure the gems keep coming out of the ground, not to care how
And
deep
lie.
the hole is.
And lie, apparently.
Well, I mean, would you have gone down there if I told you that it could be swarming with drow or something?
Maybe.
I've never met a drow. Don't know what they're like.
They could be nice.
Could.
Have drow ever thrown drow up the hole?
he's like, what?
That'd be significantly more harder than throwing it down a hole.
he's like, I'm not sure how you would throw someone up a hole.
Pretty sure they just find a deeper hole that they throw if they were trying to throw people down. Although I don't know why they would throw people in any hole. Unless they're like weird execution.
He's like, we've never thrown anyone in the hole. I'm sure that one miner fell in there.
How do you know the miner fell if you could not get down there to find a body?
I mean, where else would he be if he's not in the mine and he's not up here?
Maybe he ran away.
Doubtful. Anyway, he's just like, enough of that. You have your money. The mine is clear.
Just a heads up, there might be some giant rodents in there that you should watch out for.
I'm sure they had just food. They looked like they were good eating. Unfortunately, the thing with the tentacles wanted to eat that and me.
He's just the speaker's just gonna be like, I'm gonna go inspect the mine and get it open again. He's like,
And then town never sees him again.
yeah. He's like,
because he was thrown down a shaft.
He's like, thanks for your help, I guess. You did ask way more questions than I expected, though, and he just like kind of like just mumbles to himself and walks off. Mutters something about throwing drow up holes.
I have to leave kind of early today.
All right, yeah, we can cut out now if you want. You guys
Okay.
are kind of at the end of something.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys can keep going if you want. I'm just letting you guys know I gotta scram. So I'll see you guys next week.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Next week for Cursive Strahd.
Yes.
And hopefully no more random killing of PCs.
No, I learned my lesson.
We'll see.
Yes, that's true. We have Quentin in the party.
Hermione had way too much fun killing me. I don't think I'm going to do that again. Alright, let me end the stream. Tink.